everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back to bring you guys some more guidance and clarity. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this video this week is the guidance for the week ahead / the Pisces New Moon, and how this energy is going to, or how this energy is trying to work for our lives, as well as how we need to work this energy for our best benefit. All right. And I want to say, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications so you do not miss any more messages and guidance and things like this. If you're looking for spontaneous messages and more interaction and maybe even spiritual art and things like this, feel free to follow my Instagram, which will be linked in the description box. Now, I kind of want to get into what it is that we are looking for or looking at this week. Now, first I want to look at the shadow cards. We have a cashapp, where are you being divinely guided to? The Tower card, the Palace of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. We also have Rama, where are you being called to journey to? The Two of Fire, Temptation, Patience, the Star card, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is this Tower card, because it's been coming up for a lot of us, or coming up a lot. All right, and we've been having some major shifts and realignments within our lives, and we have been, if you have been a watcher, you know that we've been being called to realign our lives and kind of fall into this divinely guided / destined shift that we are all collectively being guided to kind of further where it is that we're supposed to be on our path and our destiny. Okay, now the first thing that I'm seeing is, one, that we still have this shifting energy present. So there's going to be this energy of, if not breakdowns, kind of surprises or things that weren't necessarily expected, or if they were expected, things are starting to almost be seen, be visible, of seeing how things are shifting and changing into something new. Now, there is an energy that you are being called to do something or to dabble into something, and it might be something different than what it is that you've been currently doing, or it's something that is fulfilling but brings you peace as well. All right, we have the Two of Fire here, which is showing this energy of this dreamy-like quality, especially when we're looking at the Star card as well, this dreaming-like quality of of the future and what it is that could potentially hold, that maybe we're even shattering some more illusion on limitations that we have put for ourselves, thinking that, our dreams are too big or this and that. When in any case, or not in any case, let me slow down because I'm stumbling over my words, but within, the case is that is just the form of limitation and not actual truth, because there is people that have done remarkable things because they didn't set limitations. All right, so there's the energy of really shattering this illusion of limitations, of what it is that we feel limited to, and not because we feel like it's a limitation, but it may actually be a belief. So we want to kind of go with the energy of really tapping into shattering that illusion, and that all in itself is a choice. And we have the Two of Wands here twice, or not, Two of Wands is the Two of Fire, so it's here twice, and it's showing that you have to make that decision of where it is that you're going to go. Are you going to be, and I want to say leaded blindly by faith, but it's not blindly because you are following your faith, but being led by faith and what it is that your faith and what it is that your heart is telling you to do. And to kind of go and really shatter that, again, I want to say that limitation or the illusion of limitation. Now, within this energy this week, we have the energy of temptation. So I really want to suggest that, one, we are really heightening into the peak of Piscean energy when we are looking at the actual day of the new moon. The sun, the moon, and Venus and Neptune are all in the sign of Pisces. So we really want to watch how it is that we are transcending our actual reality and what it is that we're using to do that. Are we doing it in a form of meditation to really connect with spirit and what is spirit trying to tell us? Or are we using that energy of temptation and altered realities with food and drugs and things like that? Because that energy will be really high of kind of escaping reality. So you may just feel like you want to drink more, you may feel like you want to smoke more, or whatever the case is. So watch that, as well as distractions of what it is that used to trigger you and what it is that is kind of coming in a way of a distraction. Maybe you may even feel like things are going slowly because there's this energy of being patient and not like grabbing onto things out of fear or not seeing things or just feeling like things are off because of the fact that this Piscean energy is so strong. We may be transcending realities and dimensions without realizing it. All right. And I want to make that very clear because it's something that is very easy to do when we are in strong Piscean energy. We're not just talking about the sun and the moon. We're talking about Venus. We're talking about Neptune here as well, which is our intuition. And Neptune is at home in the sign of Pisces. All right. So we also have the 9 of fire here. And I feel like this is kind of going in conjunction of making a choice of how clear we are trying to be, or we are being, because there may be the energy of some mental fog that's happening, but we're making the decision and the choice to, 1, break past our limitations, and 2, to continue to not be distracted and go down the road and the path that we are feeling pulled, that we're feeling guided to go down. It's like the energy of like your crown may have been tilted, honey, but go ahead and shift that. Kind of fix your crown, pick it back up, put the finishing touches on your project, pick the book back up and start, like getting the additional information, and give yourself a pep talk if need be, because things may have been feeling kind of frustrating or feeling like low energy or feeling like you're not getting things done completely or fully, and you just need to sit down and take a break. And I feel like for me, that was a lot of the energy last week where I just completely didn't work at all. I didn't have any messages for you guys. I painted pictures, and I'm still in that energy of painting and literally making time for it. But it was the energy of needing to rest and sit down. All right. But this is the energy of like, okay, you may feel defeated. You may feel frustrated. You may feel like you have a lot of stuff to do ahead of you to go, to get to where you're trying to go, to get to where you need to go. Especially with like, and when we're looking at the energy of limitation, or what it is that these beliefs that we've had that have limited us and prior, up until you watching this video, or up until, you had your epiphany, or, whatever the case is, we can see like there's so much here to do. And it's not the energy of looking at so much here to do, but what is it that I can do at this step that I'm at to fix this, to tweak this, to make it perfect. Now, this is, of course, and the energy of our lives. It's not just like a task necessarily, but in anything is a goal and a task of what it is that you want to experience in love, or in your home life, or at work, or, whatever the case may be. And we also have the King of Wands here that is saying that to be very engulfed and strategic, and to almost give your dream, not dream occupation, not just dream occupation, not just, dream whatever, but any dream, whether it is relationship, whether it is wherever you're feeling called to journey to, that is telling you to take a chance. It doesn't matter. It's not just manifesting, or even like, I feel like on a grand plan of manifesting, it's almost working towards and sitting with that energy and aligning yourself within that energy of what it is that you want to be experiencing, and being very cemented and engulfed and radiant, and really in like being that unmovable energy, being very dedicated to being within that fire doesn't go or dim easily. We're not looking at the page here. We're not looking at the knight here. We're looking at the king that is very committed, that is very like, okay, well, this way didn't work, so we're going to try this way. The King of Wands is a lot like the King of Swords in the way that he will have multiple plans, multiple strategies, because not everything always goes the way that you expect. So you kind of have to bend and flow with what is going on, but still staying firm with what it is that you have set out to do. You may have to be flexible. You may have to bend. You may have to flow. You may have to spin the block because you missed your turn and get back on the right street. Okay? And I hope that that's making sense. That just because something didn't pan out exactly the way that you want doesn't mean that it's not time for plan B. Okay. And it's like knowing within this Piscean energy, it's like knowing where it is that that reality is starting to almost seed and conjure from, and tapping into that, even though it might not be here in the physical plane that you are currently in, that you are creating this reality in another place, in another dimension, another realm, and that you are pulling that and you're manipulating that into this reality. And that's kind of really what it is that's coming through right now, for what it is that this energy is trying to do for us. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over the pull of cards of how it is that we need to work with this energy for our best benefit, so we can really get in line with what it is that we're supposed to be doing divinely on our paths. Okay, for each and every one of us. Now we have the trust your path, and I guess I should move these cards over. All right, so we have the trust your path card, the King of Water, the Queen of Water, the Knight of Wands, the Lovers card, and the Star card. And this is also with the shadow cards of Inner Temple, the Four of Earth, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Earth and the Four of Pentacles are the same, are the same card. All right. And one within this, we have to really fall into that energy of faith, because we have one reflecting in our inner temple of what it is that we're really truly feeling within our hearts at this time, what it is that we're supposed to be engulfing and enveloping ourselves in, and how it is that we're supposed to be radiating almost from the inside outward. All right. And really like what frequency that we are supposed to be on within that. All right. And going inwards to find this of what is the lightest. What is the lightest energy within you to cultivate, to express, to align, to be vibrating in? We have the Trust Your Path card. It was trust where it is that the universe is taking you to. That almost like that these decisions or these thoughts and where it is that you're being guided to are not frivolous or too good to be true. That's something else that's been coming up a lot, is the energy of too good to be true. Nope. Trust your path and follow this with all of the passion and ingrainment and devotion and dedication that you have. When we're looking at the Knight of Wands, he is engulfed until he is not engulfed anymore. He is engulfed until it is time for his attention to switch, till he is called to something else. And then he is done and he is engulfed within what it is that he is supposed to be engulfed in. So it's following that passion of where it is that you're really being fueled to go to, and trust your path. Not letting the energies of anger and frustration come in, but trusting your path and going forth. We have the King of Water and the Queen of Water here. So this is one, we're really immersing into the energy of emotion. But it's more than that. It's more than immersing yourself into the energy of emotion. When you're looking, we can see the King of Water, and he's looking at this emotion for what it is. He's looking at it. He's looking at this emotion, this feeling, this intuition, all right? And he's examining it. But then the Queen of Water is not only examining it, she's feeling it and feeling how it radiates to her. What does this energy feel like to you? What is the energy that you're in feel like to you? What does that feel like to you? And what is that? Why do you feel that way? Is it a good feeling? Is it a bad feeling? What is that? And align with what is good, what is feeling embracing, what is feeling loving, what is feeling harmonious. what is divinely guided for you, what is of your divine path, what it is that the universe sees for you, what it is that you're seeking, what it is the universe is trying to give to you. You're aligning yourself with that, but you have to, within some of these emotions that you may feel, some of these things that may be coming up, some of these distractions that may be coming in, looking at them. What is this? What is this? Not in my emotional triggered perception, but through that. What is this? Like taking a step back and seeing what it is, and then taking the step back in to feel, to understand, to then align with what feels good, and getting rid of and just saying, I'm not partaking in what it is that is not feeling good, what it is that I'm not being called to upon my destiny, what it is that is distracting me. Okay, so I want to say, you guys, that we really, really, really are being pulled to, again, fall in this alignment, but really feel it. Feel it out. Feel things. You know, don't be afraid to ask questions about where it is that you want to go, what it is that you want to be doing, what it is that you want to be experiencing. Ask questions to your spiritual team, you know, and be very, take this week as a week that is almost slow moving, that you are really engulfed in feeling what it is. I feel like what's coming through is feeling where it divinely where it is that you're being guided to, feeling within that. It's not engulfing in everything that's around you and all of the energies that's around you. It's almost shutting down or shutting out some of those energies around you, and literally feeling where it is that you are being called to within your heart and soul, because that is exactly where you're supposed to be within this moment. And I want to say again, make sure that you are looking out for distractions and not getting engulfed in temptation and almost overload or over escaping, and make sure that you are kind of just really moving from a place that is of peace and divine love. And if you can't move from a place of peace and divine love, center yourself within your own inner temple and find that place of how it is that you can move from a place of peace and love. Now, while walking through divine, of course, encasing still your boundaries and walking through your divine path of where it is that you're supposed to go. Now, I hope that this reading has been helpful for all of you guys, and that you guys get all the clarity that you need. If you feel like you need a reading specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. All of my information will be in the description box below. Everybody have a great day.